My name is Brian Swanson, and this year I was lucky enough to draw a bighorn sheep tag for hunting in Montana. I remember it was this summer. I was just hanging out after a day at work, and I got a call from my dad. He told me, "You drew a sheep tag," and I remember just standing there in disbelief. When you put in for these tags, you know, every single year, click on your region, and you kind of cross your fingers, but you never really think it's going to happen. And then I remember this summer it all kind of came together, and few plans came together, and before I knew it, I was on a plane headed for Missoula after a few months in Dublin, and I had about 7 days to get it done. Those months leading up, a lot of time were spent on Google Earth looking at maps, figuring out where we want to go, talking to the wildlife biologist, and then calling friends and seeing who wanted to get in on this, because it really was a group hunt. And really it's just a special place here. It's District 441, kind of north of Shoto and right on the Front Range and the edge of the Bob Marshall, which is just a beautiful part of Montana. You really can't beat it. So the first day of the hunt was to be on Saturday, and after heading up to the area we had planned, we had seen sheep in there before. It was a rough start when we had 3 grizzly bears running through the pasture where we were planning on parking. So right then we had to divert a little bit and ended up having a late start, but eventually we got set up, went in a different road. Those bears didn't leave us alone there as we ran into them after cresting the first ridge, but it was a great interaction. We were able to watch a mom and 2 large cubs playing some snowfields up above us. So originally we had a spot picked out that the wildlife biologist had told us the sheep center around, and it's a difficult spot to get to, especially in property access and trails going back there. So even to get to where we thought we were first going to see sheep was about a 3 to 4 mile hike. We had to go over some ridges and across, and obviously we're still in sheep country, so we were glassing the whole time, kind of looking up in the cliffs above. But really we were focused on getting to the pass to look across and get some good views of that sheep area. Kind of dropping through river bottoms, moving up trails, and just beautiful terrain with varying timber and open plains. So as you're hiking up there, you just are really in disbelief of your surroundings, and then when you think it can't get any better, you come over a ridge and you just see these towering cliffs above you and rolling plains, and it's really just picturesque. We started getting up to a pass, and it was at the top of the pass that we actually first spotted our sheep. And there's something about it, you know, when you have this tag in your pocket and looking across 2-3 miles through the spotting scope and you see a sheep and you're like, wow, this is coming together. So we decided that we had to cover some ground to get closer to them. It was difficult to tell if there were any legal rams at the time. So we kept working over the pass and down towards the bowl they were in. We actually found some more sheep in the lower down area a little closer to us. It looked like there's a group of 20 of them or so. So our plan was to move in on these, working across and then down into the bottom. And as we actually started coming up to those sheep and trying to make a move on them, we looked back across, and about 2,000 yards away there was a legal ram and then another smaller ram. And we just glimpsed them. Looked back and we're like, wow, that's the one we want. We got to go after that. So right away we dropped down into the bottom there, and where they were located really wasn't a great opportunity for a shot, so we had to just go straight up these rock fields. And we were trying to climb around some cliffs and see if we could shoot across at them, but that was proving to be really difficult just with the weather and the wind that was going on there. And we actually couldn't spot them for a while. But we knew where they were, and it looked like they were starting to bed down when we first glimpsed them. So we figured we just had to keep wrapping around and going over a couple little finger ridges. We were wrapping around there, looking up, and then ultimately we saw a ewe and a lamb pop out, and they were just staring straight down at us. And right there I thought we were pinned, totally done for. So we kind of just bunkered down for a minute, and I was like, this ram's got to be close. So I started scurrying around to the left. And as I was doing that, I was keeping an eye on those ewes, and then suddenly I saw the ram just pop up from his bed, looking right down at me. And then he bounced about 10 yards to his right, almost covering his ewe, and I had a quick shot there, threw down the pack, put the crosshairs on him, and then it all came together. One shot. I think I hit him hard right away. You could hear the thump, and at that moment I was like, wow, this just happened. First bighorn sheep, when you have just such a beautiful area to take an animal like that in, you can't picture a better moment.
Yes.